little more uncomfortable, but it's going to provide the greatest stimulus, the greatest response, and the greatest strength gains that you could possibly get from your strength workout. So the goal being to not do a full repetition in that last repetition. Work as hard as you can to where you're unable to do a complete repetition with good form and good speed. So that's step number 2, is to train to muscle failure. Now, number 3 is one that pretty much nobody talks about, which is your central nervous system. So what I'm going to say here is that you want your central nervous system to have enough time so that it recovers from the workout. Now, this is a new concept for most people. We always think about our muscles. We think about the fatigue and some of the micro trauma to the skeletal tissue that happens when we strength train. We're not thinking about our nervous system. Now, the central nervous system is your brain and your spinal cord, and they are 110% responsible for communicating to your muscles. If you didn't have your nervous system, your muscles would just be a useless pile of protein doing nothing. So the ability to contract and generate force comes from the nervous system. And so let's step to the side here for 2 seconds to help you understand this process. If you think about your computer, we know that computers have operating systems. And then the software we purchase operate on that operating system and then do what they're supposed to do. So a good example is a PC. If you have a PC, you're probably operating on Microsoft Windows. That's the operating system that allows all these programs to do what they do. Strip that operating system away, those programs do absolutely nothing, no matter how complicated and how flashy they are. Same thing with your muscular system. Strip out the central nervous system, your muscles do absolutely nothing. All of the communicating to the target muscle comes from the nervous system. Without it, you're doing essentially nothing with your skeletal muscles. So the point being here that a strength workout is very stressful to the central nervous system. And the other thing we want to know is that your nervous system's ability to adapt and improve its efficiency of recovery is very small compared to your muscular system's ability to get stronger. We know our muscles can get a lot stronger. We know they can get larger. A lot of good adaptations occur in the muscular system. But in the nervous system, that capacity is highly limited. It can improve a little bit, but not much. Whatever your recovery rate is going to be that for the rest of your life. So you really can't modify that through exercising. You simply have to respect it and give your body time to recover so that the nervous system can do what it's supposed to do in that next workout. So again, the nervous system is stressed in the workout. It also needs time to rest and adapt before you would go do a strength workout again. Now, how much is enough when we think about recovery of the nervous system? Well, if we just look at the most current guidelines published by the American College of Sports Medicine, they're recommending between 48 and 72 hours of rest between strength workouts. However, there is a growing body of evidence that suggests with high intensity training, the way we train here at Med Fitness, that recovery time is a minimum of 72 hours. So 72 to 96 is likely to be more productive when you're training hard the way we train here at Med Fitness. Again, that training, that recovery window hinges on intensity. So if you are working out on your own, I'm not recommending that, but if you do it, your intensity is likely to be lower, and you will probably recover sooner if you are training on your own. But in a supervised environment, the way we're doing it here, or if you're working with a trainer, you're going to be working harder. So you likely need a longer window of recovery. So in my case, as a good example, I train on Tuesday and Friday. So from Tuesday to Friday, I have 72 hours of rest before I go work out again. And then between Friday to Tuesday, I have 96. So balancing out 96 and 72 here to be reasonably well recovered so that I'm gaining strength. And at my age of 56, having been training since I was probably 9 years old, I'm more or less maintaining my strength. I'm not continuing to get stronger at 56. My goal is to hang on to the strength that I've had for a very long time now. So this is a super critical take-home message. When we look at the ACSM's recommendations, we look at some of the emerging science on recovery of the nervous system, it really tells us that a third strength workout within 7 days is a complete waste of time. What basically happens if you train a third time, you're essentially weaker in that third workout, so you're getting absolutely nothing out of it. Now, we can see this with our clients, those who unfortunately make a mistake of getting in a third workout in a week. We don't recommend that, but occasionally that happens. If that happens to you, what you're going to notice is that the weights feel heavier. You're not going to be able to get the full repetitions with the workout skills that we recommend to be safe and effective. So this is good news. It really frees you up to have more time living your life instead of having to think about doing another strength workout. So again, circling back, a third intense full body strength workout when you're supervised, when you're being progressed, is a waste of your time, and it only makes you weaker. So having said that, let's summarize. We've said 3 key things, right? Number 1, continue to be supervised. Most of you are already supervised, so keep being supervised. We now have evidence to say that people who don't get supervision are less likely to work out. They're also not going to push themselves as hard. It makes sense. So keep being supervised. It's one of the best things you can do to ensure that you keep living the strength training lifestyle. Number 2, train to muscle failure. Why? Because the effort that goes into the exercise is highly predictive of the response, which predicts the strength gain. So you can get stronger by working harder in your workout. And then lastly, give your nervous system time to recover. As I said, nobody thinks about this. If this is new to you, that's good news, that you can now appreciate that the reason why you're not fresh, the reason why you're not feeling so strong in that third workout is because you aren't, quite frankly. You are weaker in that third workout because the nervous system just has not had time to recover here. So having said that, I'm going to ask you our strength question. Those of you who are MedFitness members, you know that we're going to ask you a question about strength, and if you answer correctly, post your answer on Facebook, you get a chance to win $50 off your August personal training.